Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gendron Tarot by Melanie Gendron. The website for this one is usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you want that information. Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Tarot. No, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. If you can see Stacey's name at the bottom there. Website is rockpoolpublishing.com.au, if I can hold it. Let's see if I can hold it a little better. It's at the bottom there. Feel free to check that out if you want to. All right, what do we have for Cancer? Cancer. Can Cancer what? Ooh, the King of Cups. It was there at the bottom of the deck when I started shuffling, and now it showed up again. So, okay. I think that's you. You're in the power position. Don't get caught up in the gender, of course. But you're in the power position. And in case it matters, Queen and King I view equals. So I don't feel like one overpowers the other. Just in case that matters. Oh, you've moved ahead. All right. This card is coming in, but it's coming in... Like, these two are coming in together. You've got growth, and you've got the King of Cups going in your favor. I feel like this is you. You've learned something. You've learned something, and you're doing better. The question is, how far are you going to take it? Because I feel like you can actually... I feel like what they're saying is you're doing well. You're growing with something. But you can do more. And if you really take it the whole way, you can see great improvement here. It's on you. I don't know why we're saying it that way. I wanted to say it's up to you, but they're kind of like, it's on you. In the sense of, like, if you don't want to go the whole way, that's okay. But it's kind of like, it's kind of like doing something and kind of like writing a book report, but only writing half of it. It's still going to be unfinished, or writing a book and only writing half of it. Maybe that's a better way. So it's kind of like, are you going to write the whole book, or are you happy with half of it? Because it's kind of like you are doing good. You're doing really good. And I feel like they're trying to cheer you on, like, keep going, Cancer. You got this. You can do this. You can get the total win here. It is taking a little bit of work to do it. It's Ace of Swords, communication, and then the Wheel. The wheel will spin. The wheel will spin again. Maybe you've just gone through a cycle where the wheel already did spin. The wheel will spin again by you communicating. I feel like this is what they're saying with the book half written. If you're happy where it is, you can stop there. You can be, that's enough for me. But if you keep communicating and you keep trying, the wheel will spin again. Which... It's the Wheel of Fortune. It is a little scary sometimes, I give you that. But things will take a life of their own, and they'll just start moving forward. And we'll be able to solve and finish this book. It's kind of like we can solve this. The question is, do you want to block it? Because what they're actually saying with this card is you have the power to block this if you decide that's what you want. But it's going to be it's like an unfinished book. It's going to be unfinished. It's not going to be complete. I can also say right now, if this reading is hitting for you, you have the power at the moment to block it. This does not mean you will always have the power to block it. Because what it's also saying is you have the power to unblock it on your terms now, and let the book be finished. If you wait, somebody else might get the power things might shift. Things might change. I'm not exactly sure why. That seems a little interesting to me. The Knight of Pentacles and the 16 is the Tower. Things are still going to move forward, but it's like the way the visual is coming in, it's like a dam holding back water. But the dam can only hold back so much water, and then it's going to spill over. It has to have... the pressure is going to be released at some point. And I'm also getting the version they're showing me is a faulty dam. Kind of like the dam is there, but when you get too much pressure behind it, it's going to let go. So boom. But at the moment, the way you're able to release the block, there's not a lot of pressure. It's not the most overwhelming. There will be later. So it's kind of like sooner or later this will go forward. It's just right now, if you finish the book on your terms, it's much better, much more healing, much better outcome. If you choose to wait, the tower will be waiting. The 16 is the tower, and it's on the dice here. The 16 is like, it's kind of like saying, you know what, you can hold it back for only so long, but the tower will fall at some point. If you fix it before there's too much built, like if you're only on the first floor of the tower and you're like, nope, this isn't right, this is not going to hold weight, tear it down, let's start again. It's much easier to rebuild one floor and then go from there, rather than take the whole seven-story tower down, or having the whole 7-story tower fall and then having to pick up the mess, get things together, get people back together to rebuild it. The time rebuilding it itself, like spending all that time building the tower, falling, and spending all that time to build it again, like not for nothing. I feel like part of the problem is here, you're worried about your connection to it, because you got the, what is it called here? The Deceiver. It's the devil card in most decks. They use 15, yeah, the devil card. I feel like, you know, the way this is feeling, you don't want to really take a negative tone with it, is what I'm getting. But it's almost like if I push this forward, like I feel like I'm a crap starter. Swords. Knight of Swords and the Magician. Yeah. You have. I did see the Ace of Swords before, wherever that showed up. I think it was on dice as well. Yeah, to really push this forward, to release the block, you have to say something, and you have to be like I feel like I'm a crap starter if I do that. And it's kind of like I don't like being that person. But on the other hand, it's one of those things where people like to say, you know, mind your own business, don't talk about other people. But on the other hand, if something bad is happening and nobody's saying anything, the bad that's happening just keeps happening because the people who need to know that could stop it never find out because people aren't talking about it. So it's kind of like a 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Kind of like people, just like I've heard people say like talking about other people is a low energy, but not talking about people perpetuates negativity sometimes. It's just when you're receiving the energy, like really kind of receiving the information, realizing I need to take this with a big giant grain of salt and find out facts before I start moving on things, and not take it like a rumor mill thing. And just, I heard something, let me tell this person, and then people just create a rumor mill. We don't want a rumor mill going on. But if we hear something and we're like, oh, that doesn't sound good, and like then ask myself, do I care what's going on with that person? Should I go investigate to see what's really true there? Or, you know, I have to be careful, like, if that's really a problem, to go try to help, or at least bring the information to somebody who I think might help, versus, like, perpetuating a rumor mill. Like, it's again, a 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. We don't want to perpetuate rumors and create something like that, but on the other hand, we don't want to ignore information that might have base in truth. Why is this coming around? Where did this come from? Where did it stem from? Because sometimes rumors, I don't know why I'm going down this road, but here we go. Sometimes rumors don't highlight a problem directly. Like if somebody is telling people, oh, so-and-so is getting, you know, physically abused by so-and-so, so people are checking that out, like it doesn't look like that's actually happening. But then we find out the same person is saying, oh, so-and-so kicked their dog. And then they're finding out, well, no, the dog is fine, and we don't see any damage to the dog. And then that same person is going, oh, so-and-so has been cheating on so-and-so. Oh, did you know? And then you check that out, and you're like, it doesn't look like that's happening either. And you start realizing the actual problem is the person with the blabby mouth who's making things up just so people listen to them. It's kind of like reading between the lines and like hunting down a problem. Like, what is the actual problem? Like, it sounds like that's the problem. It sounds like that's the problem. It sounds like that's the problem. Wait, no, it's the person telling the lies. We just didn't realize they were lies at first. I don't know why we went down that road, but just in case that matters to somebody. Because I feel like maybe there's somebody who you're suspecting as a liar, so you're trying to set them up a little bit to see if they really are a liar. You're just kind of setting them up, and it's kind of like, well, if they're not a liar, it won't be bad, but if they are a liar, I'm sure this will just... It's almost like saying, oh, so-and-so is going out of town with so-and-so, and then see if they make up a lie with it. or so and so are going out of the town the same day, and making sure they know that, and then see if they make a lie up about it, something like that. Is it really that bad? I don't know, because I feel like you're very sly, and you're just kind of like setting up a situation where people can blow themselves in. Like if that's really happening, they'll blow themselves in. That's very strategic. Very strategic, but you do have the Queen of Cups, so that's also here. The Queen of Cups is great with secrets. People just don't know it because she's that good at it. She's usually that good at it. People have no idea the secrets she holds because she's that good at it. It's kind of like this beauty picture. When I first saw it, I did not see the face, but I feel like most people will see the face very easily. I don't know why. I think I just saw this part and I saw the plant. I just didn't really pay attention that the nose was right there and then the lips right there. I just didn't see it. But I feel like it's going to be right in front of people and they're just not going to see it. You have a chance to heal something. Because I see healing coming in the future when this gets taken care of. The Four of Swords to me talks about healing. And from this and from like starting something, I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt. I don't know exactly. Because I feel like you're kind of ambivalent or like, I don't know. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to start problems. But on the other hand, maybe setting something up to see what somebody's really like could solve a problem and keep somebody from becoming a bigger problem. Because what it might be is there's a group of people you're connected to that you care about a lot, and a lot of people are having problems and hardships because of the problems this other negative energy is creating. And by, sniffing it out and pointing it out and highlighting it, people will be like, oh, that person's been lying this whole time. Well, I guess I don't want to hang out with that person anymore, or I guess I don't want to listen to what they have to say anymore, because they're just going to have stories, and their stories hurt people, so we're not going to do that. It's kind of like if somebody's telling stories or telling lies, it's the type of lies that cause divorce, or, things like that, or people to lose money, or, stuff like that, people to go at each other or get into fights and never talk again. It's those type of lies. That's like, they're pretty bad lies that people have a hard time with, and when they hear them, they just believe it, and it causes a lie that causes a divorce. Like, that happens, like, not for nothing. Yeah, because I feel like somebody else is going to get into the power position afterwards. Because I'm seeing the Emperor, the Magician, and the Prince of Swords, which could be a Page energy or a Knight energy. We'll see in a minute. The Hierophant, and then the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups again. You might start the situation, you might get the ball rolling, but other people are going to come forward. The Emperor is very strong. They're willing to work with others, but whatever's going on here, the Emperor's kind of like, if somebody's lying, they don't take that well, and they will go very aggressive at that energy. They don't have tolerance for it. They really don't. And then the secondary energy is like they're going to have the backup behind them to deal with it, where somebody else is going to pick up the pieces. I don't know what that means. Because you also have the Magician coming in here, kind of like reforming the whole thing. So it might be a few people coming in. It might get a little complicated. The Emperor's not going to put up with it. The people around it, I don't know. That gets complicated. I don't know. There's a lot going on with that. And then it reestablishes with the Four of Wands. Things get a lot more stable, and the problem has been dealt with. This reminds me also of like when you realize, you grew up with somebody, and you're like, they're really not the best person. And it's like all of a sudden you realize, I don't know why I was tolerating it all this time, but like they just finally do this one thing. There's the last straw, last straw on the camel's back. They broke the camel's back, however that works. It was just the last straw, and then people are like, we're done. That's enough. It doesn't matter that they're family. We're not putting up with that anymore. It's too toxic. And things are going to really reestablish. And I feel like they're saying, just let it reestablish on its own terms. People are getting their just desserts. If it's a family member, I don't feel like they're going to be completely cut out of everything. But people will treat them differently after that. People will definitely treat them differently. And I feel like they're just saying, just watch how it happens. Decide for yourself how you want to treat that person and just go with it. Because things get a lot more stable after this second half of the book is written. You just have to like push it forward. because I'm getting you're going to get an opportunity. And for those of you kind of like, this hits, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do, give it time. The opportunity will show itself. I don't think it'll be that difficult. I'd play like within 2 to 3 weeks probably. You'll see an opportunity if you haven't seen it already. And then you'll see like, oh, okay, that's what I can do. And then you just got to make peace with it if you're going to do it or not. Are we good? All right. Let's shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.